Here we go, guys, with example number 2 of linear functions, assignment 19. Once again, we know that this will be a line because both variables are to the first power. And once we've identified that it will be a line, our thinking, I believe, needs to be, well, look at that. That's going to be a line. And in my opinion, it's easiest to graph it if it's in slope-intercept form. So I want to remind you y equals mx plus b. So you look at this equation and you go, oh no, it doesn't have y by itself. But big deal. Can't we solve this for y? Let's isolate the y and make it look like this. Okay, so I would hope you'd agree the first step would be to subtract the 3x over to the other side of the equation. And therefore we then have 2y equals negative 3x plus 8. Let's put the x term before the constant. Pardon me, that would be a minus 8. Do I have the equation up there correctly? Yes. All right, so subtract over the 3x, y equals negative 3x minus 8. And then if you want y by itself, we want to divide both sides by 2. All right, now a conversation we've had multiple times is that if you're dividing by a single entity, you can apply that division to both terms upstairs. And so in this case, this becomes negative 3 halves x. I understand that's negative 1.5, but let's think ahead. That's going to be our slope. So in my opinion, it's easier if you leave it in fraction form. And then negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. And hopefully you go, okay, y equals mx plus b. I understand there's a minus instead of plus, but it's the same principle. So this would be considered a slope-intercept equation. Y equals negative 3 halves x plus, minus 4, okay? And so that, let's talk about why do we desire that format. It's very easy now to establish a beginning point, move to another. All right, so the idea would be, and again, I want to remind you that we want you to transfer your answers into these boxes and the graph paper on the homework that was uploaded. But look, here we go again. Let's establish a beginning point, an ordered pair. What would be a smart number to plug in for x to make the arithmetic as easy as possible? Anybody? How about 0? Yes, good idea. If we plug 0 in for x, any number times 0 basically disappears and wouldn't y equal negative 4. That there number sticking on the end. That there number sticking on the end. That's right, that would always happen. Whenever we plug 0 in for x, y would equal that there number sticking on the end. So the ordered pair is 0, negative 4, 0 on the x-axis, 0 here, negative 4 on the y. There's an ordered pair, there's a point, there's a dot, there's a beginning point. Beginning point, B. All right, and then let's move from one point to another. I want to take you back again to, we're looking at this, right? B is the beginning point, that there number sticking on the end. M would be the number in front of x. We call it the coefficient of x. So in this case, that coefficient is negative 3 halves. And so wouldn't that indicate for us that we would, according to our, remember our slope dance, right? Rise and run, rise and run. Wouldn't we go down 3 and to the right 2 from that beginning point? So down 3 and to the right 2, down 3 and to the right 2. That gives us a second point. And we can draw a line now. All right? Do your best. Grab a ruler, whatever you want to do, credit card. Send me your credit card number and everything. But anyway, there would be that graph. So again, once we've changed it into slope-intercept form, I hope you would agree that that would be pretty easy. I always like to at this time, you can quit watching now if you want, but here's some information I think is kind of fun. So in the United States, we call the slope M and the intercept B. But I always want to share with people in case they ever decide to go on a mathcation, and you will find this in your materials. But throughout the world, they use different symbols for slope and intercept. And I've given you some of these in case, again, you go on any mathcations. You'll see at the top there that the US, Canada, Egypt, Mexico, Philippines, y equals mx plus b. I think it makes sense. B is beginning point, M is move to another. Okay, but I was looking through this and I thought it was kind of interesting. There's all kinds of countries that use different labels. Regardless of the label, The number sticking on the end is your intercept, your y-intercept, and the coefficient of x is your slope, regardless of label. But as I was looking at this, I point out the Netherlands as one example. Okay, you'll notice the Netherlands is in here 3 different times. And so it's interesting to me that they're not even consistent within their own country, apparently. So I would just suggest to you that if you ever go on a vacation, a mathcation, to the Netherlands, I think the first thing you should do when you step off the plane, or however you got there, would be to say, all right, what part of the country am I in? Am I in the y equals ax plus b, or the y equals mx plus n, or the y equals px plus q part of the Netherlands? I think it would be important to know that the second you step off the plane. But one thing that I will share with you, and I think this is pretty cool of them, as you're driving through the country in the Netherlands, one of the things that they'll do for you here, okay, actually I think I gotta change something here so you'll be able to see this. This is really exciting. All right, but within the Netherlands, as you're driving along, they will, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, you might have to zoom in here on it, but here's a picture I took while I was in the Netherlands of a sign, and it says, now entering Netherlands, y equals px plus q zone. So it's very nice of them, in my opinion, that they will alert you as you travel throughout the country what the labels are for the slope and the intercept whenever you travel to the Netherlands. So isn't that really nice of them to do that? All right. I'm doing my best. I miss you guys. Let's hang in there.